guys can see that. One of my coffees. I don't have these right regularly. I thought I'd treat myself this morning. Probably like 120 calories. I do like the protein version of this, but they've sold out. They stopped selling it everywhere for some reason. Pull-up routine today to get pull-ups improving and getting better. Very tired, but we do. I'm gonna go slowly as we build motivation. Action creates motivation. So in order to build your pull-ups, you need a good shoulder press. You need practice and a variety of grips to get the body used to the weight under it. Now, what I will say, and I'll repeat this as people join the live, the lighter and stronger you become, the easier pull-ups will become. It's a really good true test of health. You know, if you're unfit and overweight, you can't do a pull-up, you know. So generally, anyway, normal population. Whereas if you're like a huge bodybuilder, you might be able to do a pull-up, but you might be relatively healthy. Right, so I'm gonna get warmed up. Very hard to keep my eyes open this morning. Needed that, had an awesome sleep. Sometimes I feel like when you get the better of a sleep you get, the more tired you are when you wake up from it. Morning guys, welcome to my live. So we're just gonna warm up. Make sure you start your Fitbit. I've got 2 PT sessions this morning after this. Just a simple shoulder press. So I've got the pull-up bar behind me. So we're working all the muscles associated with pull-ups today. We're going to be doing some we're going to be doing some resistance band exercises as well for posture. So if you struggle with your back and keeping good posture, this will be great for you. Keep your neck back. I'm just going to go into bicep curls. Good morning, how are you? Just starting, having trouble waking up. I was just saying, I feel like sometimes the better sleep quality you get, the harder it is to wake up the next day. And I had one of them trip cans that has magnesium in it. That definitely is sleep, definitely. If you guys have tried it, the cucumber and mint one is divine. Hi Abby, you're up early. Good morning guys. So I'm doing a pull-ups today. Yesterday before bed I was doing split routine using proper PNF stretching. I was following a yoga teacher. Wow, was it intense. I just had a shower as well. I was in my pyjamas doing splits routine, and she encourages you like to do it before you warmed up. Then after you've been doing like dynamic stretching and PNF stretching, oh my god, it's hard. My hamstrings were already sore from the leg day and tight, and then I was like sweating. I was like, I wouldn't even know this bloody shower. It's 30 minutes it was, but the before and after was quite awesome. Like there was an increase of about that much, and then if you're doing that, and the more you do it, the faster you're going to see depth. Because I enjoyed how smooth it was getting into this splits the other day. Again, warm up, shoulder press. Finding it a long time to properly wake up. I've been up since like 5:10. What time is it now? 6:10 or something, 6:20. Still feel like I'm waking up. I need to shake it up. So I've got resistance band. This is going to be good for posture as well as pull-ups. All the way up, all the way down. Just feeling a warmth in the shoulder girdle joint. If I am answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss and toning, if you have any. I coach female fat loss and postnatal ladies who are too busy for exercise and good nutrition. I help keep them on track. Morning. Thank you. Double like and subscribe guys if you're wanting exercise motivation and no BS approach to health and fitness. My job here is to unmuddy the water about the food industry and fitness influences do. One of the things that, so Scott was telling me, he was listening to Diary of a CEO on podcast, or he watches it on YouTube, and he was saying he had, I think it was a menopausal expert or someone spouting shite. Apparently she was saying a lot of women, if they stay in an office together, they end up syncing up with the cycles. That is an old myth. Like, why is he not challenging these people that are going onto his podcast talking crap like that? Yeah, that's been myth busted many times. Right. I'm going to go into arm press. Actually, resistance bands. So I've got my resistance band out. For reverse flies with the band. This is really good for posture. Arms almost straight, chest proud. Squeezing, it's all in the shoulder blades, squeezing the shoulder blades towards the spine. And using those muscles, chest proud. Deep breaths. I think I'm doing an extra warm up this morning, just to wake my body up. It's very sleepy. Then arm press. So any questions on health, fitness, fat loss and toning, I am answering. I like to keep my arm press here to here instead of going down and up. I like how the rhomboids have got to work very hard, try it if you haven't before, in stabilising the shoulder girdle and stopping you in that movement. It's like isometric part of the exercise. Already I can feel it shaking. Good. Bicep curls. How are we doing this morning? So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years, online lifestyle coach, postnatal to 2 young girls, specialise in rehab and back pain. So like and subscribe for motivation. For support and education, I've got loads on my Instagram, link is in my bio. I'd love a follow. Posted some clients' results on there as well recently. Kegel exercises, they're a bit pish. When you're first postnatal, it's a good idea, you know, when you're like 6 weeks postnatal, to do Kegel exercises. But you can do Kegel exercises as you're doing ab work as well. I mean, they definitely have the place, but just when you progress to a certain level, then Kegel exercises just aren't going to cut it. Yeah. Are you someone who's postnatal, Harmony? So we went from resistance band. Did I do bicep curls? Bicep curls. A lot of people do Kegel exercises wrong as well. Remember, you should be able to differentiate between your anus and your urethra, ladies, in relaxing and tensing. Which ones do you do for hams and glutes? I didn't post that leg workout yesterday. I do a lot of unilateral work, so lunges, heel elevated split squats, single leg deadlifts and V-stance deadlifts. For glutes and hamstrings, do a lot of heavy RDLs. Hams. Right, hello. I feel really weak today, so I don't know how things are going to go. So normally I get about 6 at the moment, so I'm going to do underhand grip to hit the biceps. This is a new set. So I'm going to go as many pull-ups as we can. I think we'll try and do 4 unassisted and an extra 2 with a little bounce on the bottom. So 4 reps, so 6 in total. Then we'll go into bicep curls, nice and simple. God, did he ever get easier? Nope. Right, bicep curls. I'll be fine. It's not that simple, this floor. Call it the OG B stance, you know it, have you? What are your goals, Harmony? Do you have trouble connecting to the glutes at all? If you're an office worker, or rest, if you're an office worker, you can, hi morning guys, you can have trouble connecting to the glutes and building the glute muscles in strength and tone, because you can have something called sleepy glutes. Gosh, your hamstrings are tight and big. I'm learning splits, so they're not as tight as they used to be. I was quite neglectful with the flexibility up until about, I've been properly training this year for it. I've got loads of content, Harmony, on my channel for glute and hamstring workouts. Because what's going on with my chat? Because I'm quad dominant, I do a lot of posterior leg workouts for glutes and hamstrings to balance it out. What is it that you're trying to build them in? But the more unilateral, make it as easy as possible to connect to your glutes and your hamstrings. So long in length lunges. RDLs, make sure you're coming down far enough where you feel the hamstrings stretch. Quad dominant too, very popular being quad dominant if you're female. That's why I asked for glutes. Yeah, because I used to love working quads, and that ache you get the next day is so satisfying. But over time, yeah, it's obviously an issue, and you can get knee pain and stuff from being quad dominant. My robot vacuum now. Right, so we're going to do that again. So we need 6. We're going to do 2 forced reps. You've really got to bite for pull-ups as well during them. A lot of people come to me and say, I plateau, when they could probably squeeze out another rep. You know, sometimes you stop a little bit too soon. So fight for that last rep, like your life depends on it. So I need 4, and then 2 forced reps. Cool. And they are forced, let me tell you. 4 rounds are on fire. Every time all of my leg workouts hits my quads. Need to do less of a bend in the knee then, more in the hip, like that. What we're doing bicep curls. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Training for pull-ups this morning. Got any questions? Has anyone got this as a goal? It's so rewarding getting your first pull-up. Rest, I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle, rehab. And if you're requiring support and a tailored program, link is in my bio for more information. So you know what, you'll have done RDLs, have you? With that, I can't go deeper in that because I'm so sore. Since when are you training? Train about 5 times a week live on YouTube. So if you scroll through my YouTube, you'll see previous leg workouts. I do name them like that, like leg workouts for glutes and hamstrings. Got loads of stuff. So have a scroll through. Let us know how you get on. That's an RDL, stiff leg deadlift, yeah. So we're resting, let's move on. So we're going to go a little bit heavy. I've got the 14 kilograms. We should be pressing on here. So just remember, if you're lifting light weights, make sure it's challenging. And I want to go higher than 12 reps. I've got videos of glute workouts, yeah, if that's what you're asking. This isn't corn, right? I'm not just like videoing my glutes. So we're going to go into shoulder press drop sets, so as many as I can with the 14, into as many as I can with the 8. Then overhand grip pull-ups, which are harder, then we'll go into hammer bicep curls. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Oh, and if you're not specifically training for pull-ups, you won't get them. You've got to actually do pull-ups and a lot of them to get them, to get good at them. They have a skill. So I can only do pull-ups because I've done more than you. Two. Pause and engage. To protect the back, 3, 4. Any questions about training? 5, 6. Normally get about 8 of them. I'm so fatigued already. 4. Relax the neck, chest proud. Good morning guys. Oh, that's my robot vacuum. That's annoying. Thank you. How many times a week do you train quads and glutes? Quads are like a secondary muscle group that's hit from your training legs, so you can't exactly isolate the hamstrings and when one muscle contracts, the other muscle lengthens, right? This is work in pairs. Unless you just did hamstring curls, but you're still stretching the quad. But I train my legs twice a day. When you're trying to build any muscle group, make sure you're hitting them 2 to 3 times a week. If you're trying to train glutes, make sure you're aching, you actually feel it in your glutes. Okay. That person is turning out to be quite rude, so I'll just block them. Okay. So overhand grip pull-ups. Robot vacuum knows that I'm alive, I'm sure. Right, you're getting switched off, love. Just going for it again. Goody Katie. Right, pull-ups. Overhand grip are harder than underhand grip. So 1, 3 and then 1 extra with assistance. Nope, not getting it. Then it was bicep curls. So I was struggling with the 8s for bicep curls, so I'm going to drop down to the 4s. I've not got on in between. I was going to do hammers, but let's go a little bit slower. Whew. Morning guys, welcome to my live. So because it's a lighter weight, I'll go a bit slower down. Chest proud, elbows are fixed, shoulders down away from ears. Make sure you're feeling it in your bicep, not just your forearm. If you're going too heavy, you'll feel it in your forearm. Rest. I'm going to do that giant set again. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions that you may have on training, nutrition. Has anyone got any goals? So I'm a personal trainer, online lifestyle coach, Pilates and yoga teacher, specialise in nutrition, back pain and rehab. And I've got an Instagram page if you're looking for motivation and advice, especially female fat loss and rehab. I've got loads of content on my page. I just posted this morning about motivation, a lot of BS that is and what to do instead. I'm going to go again. So this is going to be good for posture as well, this workout. I'm going to add some posture correcting exercises, and remember, if you do struggle with back pain, which 8% of us do at some point, and I imagine from 5 years ago when I did my course on back pain, those stats are even higher now. So you can't just train for a strong back and expect to have good posture. You've got to constantly work at it, constantly check in with how you're standing, how you're driving, how you're sitting in your job. And especially, like, you know, with all the scrolling on Instagram and you push your neck forward, which can harm your upper back and your lower. So make sure you're pulling your head back. Okay, drop set. Now we've rested. Mini drop set, shoulder press. Sorry, there's a comment there. Give me a longer rest. Thanks, Freshly. And the heaviest that I can, I'm trying to get to the 20 kilograms for shoulder press, although I'm not like being properly strict for it. I'm trying to work on my flexibility goals. I don't think I could shoulder press 20 kilograms at the moment. I could probably do a couple of reps at 18. Yeah, I have been neglectful, shall we say, because I've been so busy. Right, cool's engaged to protect the back. 2, 3, 4, God, it's warm, that door's getting open. 5, we need 6. Into the 8s. 2, 3. Definitely walking up now. 4, 5. Thanks, guys. 6. Try and match the reps with your drop set if you can. 20 kilogram for shoulder press is crazy strength. That's what my aim is. Really impressive. Thank you. I hope to be at it well before the end of the year. I need to actually buy some 20s though, don't I? But I need to buy some 6s first. I'm expecting just a couple of pull-ups at this point. I've not done loads of pull-ups lately. And you can tell as soon as you stop training pull-ups, you start losing strength, but then hormones are a factor at the moment. Right, bicep curls. Nice and slow because these are quite light. And make sure you're pulling up with the biceps. Deep breaths. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'd love a like and subscribe if you want fitness motivation and education. No bullshit approach. Any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, back pain, nutrition? Ask away in the comments. Thanks, Freshly. I'm going to do one more set of all that as we rest. Whew. Get a shout of breath. We work in these big muscle groups. I mean, I've got an Instagram page as well. Double tap screen, guys. Yep, likes are free. Double tap the screen if you were out last night on the lash. Hi, fellas. So we're just resting until the next set. Now, if you feel like you're not getting enough rest and you recover, like you're not out of breath anymore and you go back into your strength session set too soon, you'll get less reps. So the reason why we have an adequate rest period is so we get the reps. I want 6 out of them 14s. Let's get the 17.5s out and do a bigger drop set. Just told you that my goal was to seated shoulder press 20s, so I should be training for it, right? If you have got strength goals, I recommend you get on the creatine. And if you struggle with memory, cognitive function, brain fog, creatine's great for that as well. Leanne, you know what? I just worked out my shoulders as well. What did you do? Did you do drop sets or anything? Scott's absolutely loving resistance machines at the gym at the moment. It's like he's a kid in a sweet shop, because it's just predominantly done free weights. So now he's gone on to resistance machines and he's doing like mad drop sets, and he's like, he was telling me that yesterday he walked out of the gym, he could barely lift his bag over his shoulder. He starts at the heaviest he could go all the way down to like lifting hardly anything, and people passing by must be thinking, weak. It won't be on yet anyway, so I can slag him. Right, 17.5s. So I think the maximum amount I've had with these, 2 or 3 reps, but I'm fatigued and 20 minutes, 25 minutes nearly into my workout, and hormones are a factor. So at this point I'll be happy with 1 rep. Deep breath. I've opened that door as well. Right, so if we just get one, that would be fabulous. 2, 3, should we go for a PB? No. You know what though, that was a PB, because when I, straight into the 14s, when I've done them in the past, it's been more at the start of my session, and I've got 3, so I'm happy with that. 14s. Oof, into the 8s. 1, 2, 3. It was surprising how easy that felt when I lifted them 17.5s up. Thanks, Abby. Good morning, legend. How are you doing? Are you just off to bed? Pull-ups. Let's go back to under grip because they're a bit easier and get a few more reps. And this is progressive because usually I like to start the set with pull-ups because of the hardest exercise, but it's the finisher part of the set. That's another reason why I'm not able to get many reps, which I forgot. Oh, I'm surrounded by dumbbells. Morning guys, welcome to my life. If you want in a program or support in nutrition or exercise, I do it at an affordable rate. Check out my Instagram. I've got results on there, motivation, education, tips. I'm off to bed. I wish our time zone matched up. I don't know. Where is it? Are you in the US? Is that right? Grab a drink. We're resting till the next. So now we're going to drop the drop set. You're doing great, isn't it difficult? I can't do any of these. Yeah, you won't get to do pull-ups without trying and training for them. Thanks for the likes, guys. California. But you've got amazing weather. Let's show you. I've come back from not being able to do pull-ups to doing pull-ups twice. I've had 2 children. Well, 3 times because the first time you ever learn them. What I can say, every time I went to the gym, I was practicing pull-ups. So if I was going 4 times a week, I'd usually end, like if I was doing legs, I'd end with like 4 sets of pull-ups, and I'd do overhand grip, underhand grip, parallel grip, wide grip, narrow grip. I'd do a resistance band for higher reps with like a heavy resistance band, so I could like get 12 to 15 reps and coming down slow and controlled. And I'd also go as heavy as I could with like a thinner, lighter resistance band. I didn't give much support, so I was really struggling just getting my body used to that weight. Night, legend. But I can only do pull-ups because I've practiced more than you, that's all. That's all it is. Morning guys, welcome to my live. So I'm a personal trainer, online lifestyle coach, postnatal to 2 young girls ages 5 and 2. I'm here to offer any advice with exercise, nutrition, rehab. My niche, like I like to train women who are postnatal and are trying to achieve fat loss and that are too busy for it. So my job is to get you to place efforts where you're going to get the biggest reward, bang for your buck. If you've got constipation, drink more water. It might be not having enough fibre as well. I will try them too. Yeah, resistance bands. A lot of people do like assisted pull-up machines, which I'm not saying, like I just didn't do it like that. There wasn't one at my gym. Right, as heavy as we can. So I've got 17.5s now. See if we can get 3 reps with that. Actually, we'll start with pull-ups. No, we'll start with the heavier, because these are more dangerous, so we'll start with these. And then we'll go over to pull-ups, underhand grip. Then let's smash the biceps with the 8s, why not? We'll go into hammer curls. And then we'll do reverse flies with resistance band for posture. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Answering any questions, here for advice. There's a lot of bullshit out there in the fitness industry. I'm science-based, so it's my job to keep ahead of all the trends. If you've got any questions. Is that the rain? That's the rain. Right, under grip. Really got to fight for that last one, guys. Right. Damn it, I was meant to start with seat shoulder press. Fucking hell. Never mind, I get easily distracted. Right. Just because they're a bit more dangerous. Oh, God, they're heavy. I'll read that comment in 1 second. No. Into hammer curls. Easier on the wrist, you see. I'm from India. Chicken masala. How do I get guidance? How do I get guidance to form for the form of burpees? Perfection, and for plank, that's my best thing. I can't do pull-up. Only Y3 and I'm male. Now, you won't get to be able to do pull-ups unless you're training for them, guys. Then for posture, because you can have a strong back but have shit posture. So, resistance band, reverse flies. Straightening my arm almost, there's always been a bend in the elbow. Thinking about the shoulder blades, coming towards the spine, keeping the tension in the muscles. There's no waste of movement. Oh. Rest. I'll specialise in back pain as well, guys. Has anyone got any questions on back pain or posture? You'll be getting blocked software. I don't know if that wasn't caught by the algorithm. I'll come in. I'm assuming it was just a troll. I'm on Instagram as well, guys. If you're wanting coaching, support and help, I'm quite affordable. I take pride in that. And there's a couple of different options as well as personalised or less personalised. Morning, guys, welcome to my live. I'd love a like and subscribe if you're wanting fitness motivation and advice. So I'm a personal trainer. I have 12 years, online lifestyle coach, yoga and Pilates teacher, specialise in back pain and nutrition. Injury rehab, I love doing. I see clients one-to-one, like in person as well. I don't think I'll ever give that up because I love it so much. I get so much from it and it's great for content too. We were just resting and then we're going to go again into that giant set. So I thought only India had a creep, but the whole world has some of it. There's creeps everywhere, especially on YouTube. You should see some of the comments that I've had when my children are around, and my 6-year-old's very close to like learning to read. It's like disgusting, some of the comments. Morning, guys. Right, I'm going to put the 14s away because they're just in the way at the moment. Go hard or go home. I've got 2 clients after this. Talking about some people, you understand. I see a lot of them on YouTube. Apparently, YouTube's one of the most brutal platforms. I think TikTok's a nicer place to be than Facebook from like what people have said. Morning, guys, welcome to my live. Right. So this time I'm going to start with the heavy shoulder press, get 2 good reps, good quality reps. Then underhand grip pull-ups to work the biceps, get a pump on. And then hammer curls. I'm not a performing monkey. A comment there that came in if you're watching it on replay. Right. breaths. Thanks for the comments, guys. I really appreciate the likes and subscribes so far. So it'd be fantastic if I got 2. I'd be really happy. And I'm on creatine as well and everything. First one's always the hardest. I could have tried for the third, but I thought I'd slow down the second one so it's better quality, because I knew it wouldn't be good technique if I got the third. Good luck with your channel, you're really inspiring people. Thanks very much, Gio. Undergrip pull-ups. Again, stopped with quality over quantity for the pull-ups. Hammer curls. Whoa. Thanks for the follows, guys. So I am on Instagram. Check out my page, see if it'll be useful to you. If it is, give us a follow so you can see content from me. Again, link is in my bio for my Instagram. Rest. It's all about volume, guys. People say to me, how do you build muscle? Safely as well, right? So you could be lifting 10 kilograms for 5 reps for a bicep curl, right? And stimulate the muscle in the same way as lifting 5 kilograms 10 times. Does that make sense? So it's all about stimulating. The muscle doesn't know how much you're lifting, just knows that it's challenging and knows that it needs to get stronger. So you're stimulating the muscle fibres to build, build, build. So consider that when you're trying to lift as heavy as possible with a shit technique. You don't actually need to sacrifice your technique and life quality if you injure yourself. What's that comment? Oh, thanks for the, someone's followed me on Instagram and sent me a message there saying watch me on YouTube, so thanks for making your way over to my Instagram. So I had something like 5,000 bots on my Instagram, and it's really harmful to your algorithm and getting out there and getting your content out there. So I went through and deleted about 4,000 followers. You know how long that took? About 4 or 5 hours. But like my ADHD, I was like hyper focused. But yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day when, before Instagram was even a thing, you could get like bots to like your account and stuff. So they're all there. This is like 10, 12 years ago. Probably longer, 12, 13 years ago. Before I was a trainer anyway. I just like left them there. So now, after having 10,000 followers, I've now got 807 and rising. Hopefully, so I really appreciate any followers. Trying to connect with you out there. Right, so we want 2 good quality reps, okay? So we're going to support the core, the back with the core. Slowly coming down with control. You know what's interesting? I'm left-handed, but my right shoulder's stronger. Then I'm going into pull-ups. Hi guys, thanks for the likes and the subscribes and the follows on my Instagram. I really appreciate it. Under grip, slightly easier. Under grip pull-ups. 1. Nah. I'm not going to try for that next one. Bicep curls. It's all about volume, guys. Lots of reps, lots of sets. So what's this, the third? This is a third set, so I'm going to go 4 sets. Oh my god, I shot myself then. I thought it was 5 to 9, I've got a client at 9. I was like, have I just stayed on YouTube working out and I've missed my client? It's 5 to 7. My eyesight playing tricks on me. Rest. Imagine that. Sorry, I can't make our PT session because I was on YouTube exercising, talking to random folk. Embarrassing. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss and toning. If you're struggling with like all or nothing mentality, motivation, let's get into it. If you're overeating at night, if you're overeating in the morning, give us a comment, we'll get into it. Because you know what, the likelihood is it's not just you that's struggling, there's other people. And by the way, if you keep overeating, there's not something wrong with you, it's your environment. We're living in an obesogenic environment, there's food being advertised everywhere. There's people in labs right now, scientists trying to work out how to get you eating more of their product. So don't think there's anything wrong with it if you do keep going over your calories, okay? It's a skill, and the more of a routine you can get into with your food, which is most of the time people struggle with that, so that's why I'm talking about it. The more routine that you have, like your favourite foods that have enough protein, vegetables that you enjoy, and remember your taste buds will change, because you're not going to stick to it if you're not enjoying the food that you're eating. Morning guys. So the more of a routine that you can get with certain meals that you have for breakfast, lunch, and you can have a bit of wiggle room in your evening meal. Hi from India, hi from Scotland. You came to visit. I would like to visit India, but I know it's not the cleanest of places. I would love to go to yoga birthplace, that would be amazing. I'll probably get ill. I have clients who are Indian who, when they go over, one guy a couple of years ago got dysentery and was very ill, obviously, and he is Indian, so if he got ill, I'd definitely get ill. And he's on the ball as well with like washing his hands and stuff. Think I'm gonna marry you. Right, I forgot to add in reverse flies. I'll add them to the next set. Right, I'm gonna go again. So we want 2 reps out of this. So heavier shoulder press seated that you lift, the better your pull-ups will get. There are opposing muscle groups being used. Whew, I can barely lift these now. So these are 17.5s in case you are wondering. Heavier than a lot of men in the gym, can I just say? So where are my delts, you ask? I don't know. I'm hitting my upper body 2-3 times a week to build my upper body. There's a hair over there. I mean a rabbit hair, not an actual hair. Right, I'm just procrastinating because I'm going to struggle with these next 2. Deep breaths. I'm going to use the Valsalvic manoeuvre, holding my breath to keep the intra-abdominal pressure, spine stable. One. I'm even squeezing my butt cheeks into pull-ups, under grip. Morning guys, thanks for watching. I'm on Instagram as well if you want any support and advice, motivation. Pull-ups, under grip. Gotta get out of breath there. You gotta try so hard, you nearly poo. Hammer curls. Oh, there's a hair over there. It's nice seeing wildlife. That's as wildlife as we get in Scotland. Mad hair with a knife. Oh, rest. Oh. Right, I think it's about time we worked on posture, don't you? So like I said, your work with posture will never be done. You should always be checking in with your posture. And it is hard at first when you're tired, especially if you're sick. If you're lifting heavy things day in, day out. Sleep deprived, your posture can go to shit. It can also be an anxiety thing, sunken chest. Thanks Freshly for the support, appreciate it. So yeah, please, thanks for the likes. Please know that you're going to consistently work on your posture, but it will get easier. Then when you check in, and you'll just start to naturally sit with your shoulders back, shoulders down away from ears. So bad posture looks like that, rounding shoulders. Good posture, chest proud, pushing the chest up. You want to make sure you're not anterior tilt in the pelvis, which can happen from pregnancy. And you can also stand like that if you've got a desk job, switches the glutes off, so you lose the glute muscles. Tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings. Which competition is about to play you? What? Oh, is that because of my hair? Sick. You know, after Christmas, not people that were like, you look like that woman from, this is when I first went live on YouTube, The Grinch. Apparently there's someone, I think maybe, I don't know. Pull-ups. Did I do pull-ups? No, I did pull-ups. I'm going to bicep curls. Hammer curls, easier on the wrist, better for lifting heavy. Yeah, and then people kept saying I look like Lana Del Rey. I've not had that comment in a long time. She must have been trending or something when I started to go live. I've only been going live this year 4 or 5 times a week. I was going live about 7 or 8 times a week, but then I started to kill viewer exhaustion. I started to kill my YouTube, so it's like quality, not quantity, right? So I'm very consistent, and if you struggle with consistency in exercise and nutrition, let's get into it. Ask the question. Okay, well, all the best for your fit life. Thanks, Udam. Who was it who followed me on Instagram? Something music, Beacon Music. Thanks for the follow on Instagram, really appreciate it. Morning guys, welcome to my live. If you want fitness, motivation and education, like and subscribe. So let's work on posture. So we're going to do 2 things. Reverse flies. And well, we do want to stretch. Whoops. So we need blocks. I need to move enough space so you can see. Dumbbells everywhere. So reverse flies shoulder resistance band into reverse flies standing with the dumbbell, and then a block stretch, chest opener for posture. I'll have to move the bench so you can see. Do I need pull-ups anymore? I don't actually need the pull-ups in the background. Hold on. A tiny brain's trying to figure this out. Ah, fucking hell, I've just stood on my dumbbell like that. Dee-dee-dee. That's better. Let's move, actually I've put one of the 17.5 back. Back. Right. Oh. Reverse flies for the rhomboids. Hi Tommy, I'm in Scotland. 2 AM in Philadelphia, going to bed. No night Tommy. Thanks for the comment. Tell us your workout plan and diet plan also. Or else what, mate? What are you gonna do, like? So I'm a parent to 2 young girls, right? So it's not about getting as jacked as possible, although that would be great. It's about well, this is a workout. It's about trying to stay healthy and have energy for my children, to look after my body, to practice what I preach, to support my clients, to live a long, healthy, fulfilling life. I want to build muscle, strength, keep fit, and feel myself well. So the question was, what's your workout and diet plan? So I make sure that, well, you need to know that consistency looks different if you're a parent than somebody who hasn't. We don't all have the same 24 hours. You know, someone who's massively sleep deprived with a toddler screaming and teething is going to struggle with an hour's workout in the gym. You know, these young fit influencers who are promoting that are just talking a lot of shit. So you need to be kind to yourself. You need to know when to dial it back and when like to hit yourself with self-care, which might look like strength training. Thanks, Darren. So yeah, I like to hit legs twice a week. I'm trying to build my upper body strength and tone. I like to hit that 3 times a week. Abs, I hit 1 or 2 times a week. I have 1 or 2 rest days a week depending on how my body feels and what sleep I've had that week. My non-negotiables are I make sure I get at least 10,000 steps. Happiest at around 12, 13. Any higher than that, I've noticed hunger pangs come on, like something rotten. So be mindful of that. The higher your steps are, if they're too high, you'll really struggle to manage hunger. And even if, to be honest, when I was doing that, I wasn't that on the ball with fruit and vegetables. They do massively help. Think about to manage hunger, think about getting as much fruit and veg as you can, as much low calorie, high volume foods that you can to manage hunger. Being a new dad, starting to get it. Hi Theo, I've not seen you for a bit. Got to give mum time to go to the gym. Also, we have stuff at home. Good for you, yeah. But I mean, I get that. I like training at home, but they do my head in. And sometimes you just want to go to the gym and a bit of you time, not being interrupted, and you can just focus. So it's really good that you're giving her that. Any advice to lose male dad bod gut quickly? Thanks for the comments on my Instagram, guys. Any advice to lose body fat, right? So people tend to gather fat around this area, men, due to testosterone. It cannot, if you drink lots of beer, alcohol, it can also be a sign of liver disease, insulin resistance. So if you're man or woman, insulin's got to work 6 times harder to keep your blood sugars controlled. One sec. There's a wee funny that's just jumped on there, just get blocked. So this should be a priority, losing this, right? So you need to go into a calorie deficit. And if you do have high sugar or high alcohol diet, you really need to get on that. So why do you feel that I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, why do you feel that you need to de-stress with alcohol, why you need a blowout? Look to manage your stress differently. If you are overeating on sugar, why is that? Is it an emotional coping mechanism? Is it you've left it too long in between meals, you're starving yourself one day and then you're too hungry the next, so you just binge on anything and everything? That can cause another one getting blocked. That can cause liver fat and fat around this area, but you need to go into a calorie deficit to remove it. But it's all about mindset, guys. So check out my podcast. That I've got a lot of mindset prep. So how to become disciplined, what consistency is. If you're a mother and you're in the 6 weeks holidays, I've got an episode on keeping on track with weight loss and toning during the 6 weeks holidays. So I've got 10 tips in my podcast. Got loads of topics as well that I talk about. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Right, thanks for the comments, some great questions there. Love them. Right, reverse flies with the bands. This is for posture. So to think about the shoulder blades, so these come in towards the spine, and there's muscles here called your rhomboids that are attached, and these pull the shoulders back and give good posture. So we want roughly shoulder height. Relax the neck, and you'll feel at the back of the shoulder as well, that's normal. Deep breaths. Pause. We don't want to come all the way back because that's bad posture, that's what you're struggling with, right? So it's like a pulse. I'm going to go into reverse flies. I see a lot of people doing single arm rows from here to here, right? Here, we have no trouble doing that, rounding the shoulders. We live like that, right, on our phones. So less of that, start here, and then going up like that. So getting rid of energy drinks, this is what I'm trying to figure out, Ghost Daddy. What is it that's what is it sounds like an unhealthy behaviour towards either alcohol or food or stress or so getting rid of energy drinks and not overeating is a great starting point. Thank you, appreciate the tip. Yeah, that's exactly it. But how does one do that? How does one do that, Ghost Daddy, in your life? How do you get energy drinks? Why are you having energy drinks? Because you're low in energy. Why? Because you're not fueling yourself properly, right? More fruit and veg. It's a great start. And not overeating. How do you not overeat in your busy life when you've not had time to prepare your food or you've not really thought about it? So it takes, at first, when you start eating healthy and exercising, there's a lot of thought process behind it, guys. Now, I want you to know, if you put the thought into, like, there's a lot of arguments as well in your head. When am I going to exercise? Am I going to exercise at home or in the gym? What am I going to do? So, like, having a plan to follow takes a lot of that thought behind it. And the less conversation in your head about food and exercise, the better. You don't get up every day thinking, am I going to go for a shower now and then brush my teeth? Or the other way around? Do I do it later? Because you just taught yourself out of it. You know, as soon as you get out of bed, you do X, Y, and Z. You want it as automatic as you can, but that doesn't say that there's no effort behind it. Fasting is the best. No, it's not. You all seen Pumping Iron, of course, with the king. Reverse flies, guys. Drink black coffees instead of energy drinks. Not a bad shout. Right. So bending up. So what I see at the gym is a lot of guys like that, doing reverse flies. No. Shoulders pinned back, see the posture's flat. Hips back, so you need to have a good amount of flexibility in the hamstrings. So the better flexibility that you've got, the better your strength training will be as well. Pushing those shoulder blades together towards the spine, coming down with control. Then, now if you've got a desk job or a driving job, you know, you're sitting down a lot, if you don't do any of these stretches that I've said to you, anything, make sure you do this one. Get a couple of blocks, right? So let me move this. Block stretch, chest opener, right? So when you're driving and stuff, we do a lot of that. Holding the tablet, iPad, phone, right? So this is going to counteract, do the opposite of all that. So you can do this on a ball as well if you've got a weak neck. You know, those big gym balls. So you want it roughly midline of the back. Your body will feed back to you what feels good, okay? Might feel intense. You can do it with one block as well. So I like mine quite high up. Deep breaths and arms over your head. Oh, that feels so good. It's like a big stretch. How often do you bend like this? And you're meant to be able to bend like this. So you can stay here for a minute or 30 seconds. You can build up to it. You're just trying to relax. You can hold a dumbbell to bring your arms over your head more, and you're stretching your lats. So the biggest muscle in the back is the lats, and it comes underneath your armpit. When you're coming out of it, support your neck. So you're coming up. So at the end of the day, when you've been at your job, getting into that and thanking your body, you expect your body to perform for you every single day of your life, not giving anything back. You can't just take from your body. You've got to give back, and this is one of the ways you can give back. No problem, Ghost Daddy. Keep them coming, guys. Some great questions. Rest, and we'll just go again. And thanks for the likes. So give a like and subscribe if you want in education, fitness advice, exercise, nutrition. So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years, online lifestyle coach, Pilates and yoga teacher as well. I specialise in back pain, postnatal rehab, nutrition. Yeah, so any questions that you have now, comment below. If you can't think of anything because you're on the spot, make sure you like and subscribe, and you'll see me again and you can ask. But I had some great questions so far. And no, if you are overeating, there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody overeats at like time to time. There's usually a reason for it. We all fuck up, right? Especially those that are really experienced in the and well into the nutrition and fitness journey. We all fuck up. Like I fuck up. If I have hobnobs, chocolate hobnobs in the house, they will get demolished, mate. Like I will eat 800 calories worth of hobnobs. Can't have them in the house. They're like an absolute trigger. At any point. I'm just thinking in a few years, they're just too good. Because like, how can my name's Leanne, nice to meet you. How can I compete with people in a lab that are like using my brain chemistry against me to eat more hobnobs? Love a hobnob, mate. I'm just gonna put these 8s back. I'm gonna do that set again, the rhomboids. So those that you've joined my live and you're wanting to learn how to do pull-ups, shocker, do lots of pull-ups. Lonely all night. Somebody's lonely and join my live. It's okay being lonely, guys. Sit with it. It's when you start to numb it with alcohol and stuff, or distraction. Reverse flies. The rhomboids, shoulders down away from ears, chest proud, neck back. Think about those shoulder blades. Squeezing towards the spine. Make sure there's movement. There's a move left and right. Oh, burny, burny. And reverse flies with light dumbbells. Sorry, speaking English, I'm not sure what that says. You'll get blocked. Oh, so we funny there, that's jumped on. Right. Hips back, cores engaged. Deep breaths. Shoulder blade movement needed. 3, 4. Can't do that many of these. Oh, these resistance machines are good. Thanks, Dick. Appreciate the support, guys. Head over to my Instagram if you want any motivation support. I post on my stories every day with stuff that I'm getting up to, what I have for breakfast, that kind of shit that's helpful for some folk and counteracting all the back bends. I love using the warm muscles from strength training going into a nice stretch. Even just for a moment. So I've got loads of motivational posts on my Instagram, check it out. One of them being, I'm talking about motivation this morning, I've already posted. So if you're one of these people who are like, I can't get motivated, I'll do it when I'm motivated, check out my Instagram post on motivation, the truth behind it, because motivation isn't something you can rely on. Leanne, Dick. Morning, guys, welcome to my live. Whenever I say that, it's like I'm saying life, but also welcome to my life. This is my life reality. So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years, online lifestyle coach, mother to 2 gremlins, although they're not here just now, 5 and 2-year-old. So if any females are struggling with overwhelm, overstimulation, want to get fit and their identity back, like and subscribe. Right, I'm going to go again. Specialise in back pain as well, guys, so if anyone has any twinges or issues there. Shoulders pushed down away from your ears, neck relaxed and back. So it's a pulse. Oh, that's tough. Tougher than it looks. Double negative innit? Hi. God, there's some sick bastards on your YouTube, man. Right, if that guy comments again, he'll just get blocked. The algorithm caught it. Right. Core's engaged, and I'm talking about the lower core below the belly button. Whew. So that was, I think that was 4 sets. No, 3 sets, 7 on the floor. Let's counteract. Back bends. Arms over your head. Oh, big stretch. I'm answering any questions that you may have on health and fitness. Fat loss and toners, a lot of misinformation out there, guys. And really smart people can fall for the disinformation, because it's usually coming from someone who knows better and selling supplements and shit. So I'm constantly reading Stay Ahead of the Curve. So if you've got any questions about cortisol, fasting, I mean, someone commented there saying fasting is the best. Thanks for subscribing, I appreciate that. Leanne, yeah, very entertaining this is. I'm so glad, thank you. All I've been doing in my life since this year. So, it's quite a new skill that I'm learning. What was I going to say? Yeah, someone was saying just then, fasting is the best. There's actually no research to say that. It can be good for people with diabetes, giving the blood sugars a bit of a rest. But fasted cardio versus unfasted cardio has no benefit. But what people, be careful with fasting, because what people do tend to find is the calories they've not ate during the fasting window, they end up eating back anyway later on in the day. Hi, Brazil. Hi from Scotland. And it can cause disordered behaviour towards food. So be careful with fasting. What I do is time restricted eating. It's a bit less restrictive, even though it has a word restriction in it. And yeah, I start eating at 6 AM, 6:30 in the morning, and stop eating at 5 o'clock at night. What my body's told me, if I eat after 5, 5:15, I get dehydrated, I feel bloated, I wake up with like a hangover sometimes if I've had a high carb meal. Whereas if I don't eat after 5, I wake up all fresh. So why would I keep like doing the opposite when my body's telling me? Consider that. But yeah, I know some people will skip breakfast and stuff. It's not just another way, it's whatever works for you, whatever way you want to eat, it's whatever works for you in your lifestyle, with your kids if you have them, with your job, with all the driving you've got to do, what's something that you can maintain. This is why I'm not a fan of keto, because it's not maintainable. You know, all it takes is a pal's birthday and you go off plan, and then when you're not able to stick to something, you give yourself shit in your head and there's guilt and everything. Do you prefer to train at the gym or at home? It's more convenient at home, but I do love the gym. I like a mix. It's very hard being, it took me a long time to be able to be consistent with a mix. It was either home or gym. I mean, I'm going live on YouTube, which is accountability for me. So you got to like find out what's going to work for you. I've been consistent for about 6 or 7 years with training. I'm from Scotland. Thanks, Niall. I answered any questions on health and fitness. I like to go to the gym. I see it as like a wee treat. So here you can only do so much. I've got like a good variety of dumbbells. I've got my bench and stuff. I've got my pull-up bar. But the gym's got better resistance machines. You know, you've got a squat rack. You can go heavier. You've got leg extension for building CrossFit. I don't like CrossFit. CrossFit's high risk and injury. I'll tell you, the amount of people that come to me looking for a trainer because they've injured themselves years ago from CrossFit and it put them off exercise altogether. Not a fan of it. Right, I'm just going to say it. Hydrox and stuff. Like, That's as far as I go, right, to slagging these things off. Because at the end of the day, it does create an awesome buzz and hype around exercise. It's like a tribe, isn't it? It's like a cult, it's awesome. Just like with Les Mills, right, and Zumba. You're not working out massively hard in Zumba and those kind, but you are moving. And if these old people are going to Zumba and having a nice good chin waggle, and they're getting the heart rate up, I'll never slag these classes off more than that, really, because it's, you know, they're able to stay consistent at it versus someone who gives it all or nothing. But injury also in the gym. It depends what you're doing. If you're sensible, if you've got a plan of action, if you're doing all the movements correctly, actually, exercise in the gym, strength training, has the lowest injury risk throughout all the sports. Every sport that you can think of, strength training studies back this up, has the lowest injury risk. But it's when you, like, men tend to ego lift, so have higher risk of injury from like tendon pain. You know, for example, bicep curls, and lifting too heavy for the bicep curls, it looks like that. You know, that's when you're like a friendly Labrador. Thank you, I like Labradors. But it does need to work out, see him in the background. Do you use nutritional supplements? Great question. If I am, because I've got 2 kids, I'm running around like a dickhead, like a blue ass fly, most of the time. So if I'm gonna be low on protein, or if I'm starving, I'll have like a protein bar. Not a massive fan of shakes, I find them hard to take. Which, if you're trying to stay in a calorie deficit, or a comment just came in there, it's false. If you're trying to stay in a calorie deficit, I recommend you go with protein shakes versus protein bars. You're saving about half calories, right? I recommend, and I take creatine. Creatine's excellent for that quick burst of energy, so getting a PB, building strength fast. If you're feeding the muscle after. Creatine's excellent for brain fog, cognitive function, brain fog, concentration. Creatine is great for your brain health. So those are the supplements I take. Caffeine through my coffee, but everything else, like BCAAs, are all like wishy-washy. Collagen, if you live in a healthy lifestyle, you're not going to get any extra benefits from taking collagen. What supplements are you thinking of? CrossFit training is more movement. It's high intensity, it's full body, it's multi-joint. We call compound exercise. The problem with CrossFit, it's like, don't do like 10 to 12 controlled reps of a pull-up. Do 300 with a resistance band and have shit technique. Do like your heavy lifting like as fast as possible. It's high intensity interval training, isn't it? And your technique goes to shit. This is when people are getting injured. Honestly, I can't tell you how many people coming to me and coming to physios that I know and say, I've injured myself from the Hydrox, I've got this niggle now, and you've got these little joints on your knees for the rest of your life. You fuck them in your 20s, you'll have a knee replacement if you're lucky by 60. And my dad's just had a knee replacement and he is in agony, and that was over a year and a half ago. And he's not even 60 yet. And he's had bad knees for a long time. He used to be a runner. Obviously, like, it depends on how well you look after your body and what you're doing and stuff. But if you fuck your knee, you've got to be in pain for the rest of your life unless you get a knee replacement, and that's not even solved it. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. I'd love a like and subscribe. So we've just done a session there. I'm answering any questions you may have on health, fitness, fat loss and toning, building muscle. So I'm a personal trainer, online lifestyle coach, speaking English, for those that are commenting in lots of different languages. I'm on Instagram as well if you want in support, motivation. I post to my stories a lot. And I don't just give my clients a plan of action with like action and nutrition and habit forming and exercise, but it's also my job to help you stick to it. Like, why is Barbara overeating on a Friday night? We go a little bit deeper. Thanks, Dick. Where is it you're from? I'm going to put the robot vacuum back on. We're just stretching off. Make sure you stretch off as well, guys. Bye, Katie. We call the vacuum table. Thanks for the likes, guys. Very kind. I hope you've subscribed if you're looking for motivation on exercise and nutrition. Yeah, weirdos are back on. Right, one of my favourite stretches. Can you see that wall? Yeah. So we're just going to go and stretch off the pec minor. Now if the pec minor is tight, it'll round your shoulders forward. So we're not doing a pec stretch, we're a little bit higher, and we're going to come out. And you get really deep into that armpit if you're feeling it, you know, you need to stretch it. It's a bit uncomfortable, especially if you're tight there. Deep breaths. Slowly you exhale in the uncomfortable stretch. It's not painful, just discomfort. The slower you exhale, you relax your nervous system and you're able to build on that flexibility. I'm going to go to the other side. What's that question that's come in? How do you build heart muscle running, for example? Cardiovascular health. So we're going to go to the other side, a little bit higher up. So the best thing to do, so you know all these people, I digress a little bit here, right? But you know all these people on these weight loss injections. Yeah, they're losing weight, but they're not healthy. They're not healthily doing it, most of them, and they're not exercising. The amount of people that I've heard say, I'm on the weight loss jump now, I don't need to exercise. It's even more important that you exercise and strength train, otherwise you're not just losing fat, you're losing muscle as well. You're also not fixing your disordered behaviour towards food and that got you overweight in the first place. Anyway, a direct indicator of how healthy you are is your fitness level. So that you should be exercising like for cardiovascular health at least once a week. So if that's not like hill walking or swimming or like gardening, which is quite hard work, and you're getting that heart rate up. But if, like, start off with that and then build on, so then you're like this through your cardio. But no beginner is going to want to get to that level yet, so take it slow. Oh, fan is getting blocked. Thanks, guys. I think I've got some in my eye this morning. I've answered any questions on health and fitness. Are we motivated? Thanks for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the subscribed, and anyone who's made it over to my Instagram, link in bio, really appreciate it. I'm building my followers and my wee tribe, and I'm on there with Q&As as well. And I've got a podcast. You know, if you struggle with mindset and stopping and starting and sick of restarting and think there's something wrong with you and you've tried every diet under the sun, let me in your ear. Go and link in bio, have a look at my podcast. I talk about all of this. And you can't just hear tricks and tips to stop overeating and reassurance the once. You've got to you've got to brainwash yourself and hear it over and over and over again until it sticks. Because what I find with people in the 40s and 50s, they've heard that amount of shit, it's very hard for them to trust the process of like the truth of fat loss. I don't know what that means. Is that even English? How old are you? Or how old are you? 35. I can't believe I was able to decipher that. Go me. Right, guys, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Get me in your ear on my podcast. Link is in my bio. If you're struggling with stopping and starting and you're fed up of this battle with fat loss, let me in your ear. 29, 35, I said. 35, 35. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.